Just talk shit.
You're a problem. You're a real big problem.
All right, the right cord is plugged in. Rick, that bass player could take a joke, so he could handle it. I could tell. I can tell when someone could take a joke.
I'm not sure about that. He looked upset.
I don't know.
He got it. He understood it, though. So
Yeah.
I guess that's all worked out.
I saw him at the donut meet. He came to the donut meet.
And what did he say?
He didn't hate me.
You don't know.
So I don't think it was brought up on the show, but there was a wild realization after we recorded last week. Do you remember? With the singer Zach.
After?
Yeah.
After we recorded?
Get on the mic.
Yeah, I'm doing something. What do you...
He needs therapy now. So no, after
Mics are hot.
I ripped it up in there.
No, I was just letting you know.
Oh, you ripped it
doubled
up too? Yeah.
So basically, I just shit myself
Yeah.
because that's way cleaner.
So yeah, after we recorded last week, we were out in the lobby chatting with the dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were chatting with the dudes, and we were just talking about people from Middleborough
Oh,
where I
right.
live.
Yeah.
And me and Zach, the singer, realized that some of my cousins are also his cousins, but
That's
on
some
a different
Middleborough shit right
yeah,
there.
but on different sides. So we are not cousins, but he shares some cousins with me. So that was pretty cool. So big shouts to Zach from Moon Room. Those dudes are a lot of fun. I unfortunately realized afterwards that I will not be able to attend that event because I'm going to be up in Maine, but I hope everybody listening does go.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a great time. A lot of homies playing that.
You hit record. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I hit record.
Jesus.
It's recording on YouTube.
Oh.
No bass player for me to be mean to today.
All right. Let's just roll into it.
Okay.
I got you peach in my my cooler.
Oh, nice.
You took his peach?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
I don't think he's had a peach for years.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm John Stairs. You're listening to Topics Under the Stairs. As always, I'm joined by Ryan and Mark.
Hello there.
How we doing?
Tonight, we're
It's just us.
hitting the deck solo, just the three of us.
Tripod.
We have a lot to talk about.
I don't know how I feel about that.
We have got a lot of callbacks and stuff to catch up on amongst ourselves because we've had some great guests the last few weeks. A couple of us have been out of the office for an episode here or there, and we're going to catch up today. We're going to catch up before we have a bunch of other great guests that we'll want to focus on. So we're cleaning out the backlog of stuff today. That's the plan.
Very good.
Before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by Revival Motoring and the Revival Motoring Network. Check out revivalmotoring.com for all the updates about all the shows, us here at Topics Under the Stairs, Revival Motoring, and our friends at Luce's Fast. Sign up for the B for B, that's Bucks for the Boys.
Bucks for the boys!
Bucks for the Boys. The value for value method to keep the things moving here at the studio. It all costs money. A little donation helps. We really greatly appreciate it when you sign up. When you do sign up, tell them that you're a listener of Topics Under the Stairs in the comments. The other thing you do if you want to do a one-time donation that I often forget to mention is you can send a one-time donation to info@revivalmotoring.com through PayPal. And you can put whatever note you want in there, and the boys will read it on Revival Motoring. And if you mention Topics Under the Stairs, chances are we'll hear about it here, and we'll mention it here too. But if you have suggestions for the show, send them in, you got ideas for people we should interview, send them in. We love it when our listeners help brainstorm and help basically produce the show. Give us ideas to talk about. We do this every week for a couple hours a week, and we need all the help we can get. Let's face it. So thanks to everybody who is a current subscriber. And there is some new incentives coming that I'm in the works with a previous guest of ours for a giveaway that's going to be B4B related.
Okay.
In the form of something you can never lose.
A tattoo.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
But it could be that.
Could be that. All right.
Why can't
And,
I think of goddamn secret?
Yeah. But we're going to work out the details with Josh. And there's going to be a cool giveaway coming up.
If you pepper John enough, he'll just spill it.
It's
All
gonna,
you have to do is ask
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cool giveaway for summer B4B subscribers. Probably next month. So keep an eye out for that. And if you want to be involved in that, you should sign up for the B4B because it's a pretty cool giveaway.
Yeah.
Revival Motoring also has a big release coming out soon of some new products that you should definitely be excited for. And I'm sure that will roll over to a B4B giveaway as well. So that's all I got to say about that. Like, subscribe on whatever platform you listen to all three shows, Revival Motoring, Topics Under the Stairs, Loose is Fast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. If you can rate it, leave a comment, all that stuff helps us a bunch, and we appreciate it. If we do get any new reviews, we read them. I honestly haven't checked that in a while. Let me take a quick peek. You got anything callback-wise?
It's grim. Callback wise, I mean, I finished the fish pond finally. It looks great.
Oh,
It
nice.
does look great.
Yeah, it came out really good. The puppy is getting big.
I was gonna say.
and now he's teething,
Ooh.
Ooh.
so he's really fucking aggravating us.
Yeah.
He just can't settle. He just fights being exhausted, which
Yeah.
is worse.
Yep.
But he's still great. He's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just been a wild child. John and I went fishing, and it sucked.
Oh, really?
Not a great. It was a fine evening.
Actually, the evening wasn't bad considering the weather.
It was really
yeah.
cold and windy and rainy.
See, I wasn't cold, but I wasn't dressed like you. So.
I was wearing the same shorts I'm wearing now.
Oh.
Great. And then he threw. Then Jared was like, hey, "You need pants? I got pants in that bag." Well, John goes, "I think I can get these over my boots."
I was able to put his pants on over my boots and over my jean
It
shorts.
was
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome. And then he was soaked.
And then I don't have waders. And
Did you order them then?
I didn't yet.
What
I
the
need to.
fuck?
I
I knew you wouldn't pull the trigger.
think the problem is I want to just try them on, so I might just go buy a pair.
Bass
somewhere.
Pro.
I think I'm just gonna go to Bass
Go to
Pro and
Bass
buy a
Pro.
pair.
If you
But,
go, let me know.
All right, we'll do.
Did you work down the street? It's like,
I work 5 minutes from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to get waders because when we went trout fishing, I wanted to cast out further into the pond, and I have muck boots, so I can only go up, halfway up my calf height. So then we're at the ocean, and like there's waves. So I'm like, oh, cool, I can get out to here, and then a wave comes, and then I have a wave
And now you got a boot full of water.
full of water in the boots. So I got socks full of water. I got Jared's pants full of water. I got my boots full of water.
And that water is not warm yet.
Yeah, and it was literally like spitting rain, misting, wind, and it was like 55 out. It was not nice.
Yeah.
Not nice at all. But yeah, we had a great time. I learned I had never went striper fishing on my own so much like that. I set up some rigs with you guys
Right.
in
The last
Plymouth that
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was working.
I did that on purpose.
I was working a cast bait, and then I had one just sitting on the rack. So it was nice to fuck around with some different lures and stuff. So it was fun. We had 6 rods between the 3 of us, so everybody had 2 rods to fiddle with.
Double fisting.
Yep.
Yeah, I had one. I think we all had one with bait
one-
on it.
yeah,
and
one with
then
bait
we're
and
all
then one with
working
lure.
lures.
Yeah.
So-
So it was a little shitty to work a lure with the waves though, because the fucking boots I had to be
Yeah.
not as far in the water as they were. So that's why I need waders. We didn't really get anything. We did do some research on the way back, and the water temps are still on the colder side for stripers right now, especially offshore.
I feel like that's part of the case.
I think that definitely had a lot to do with it.
Things seem like they're heating up in Rhode Island.
I talked to a buddy who, do you remember Blake from Westport?
Yeah.
We talked to Blake from Westport. He's got a boat, and he's gotten like one fish out of the last 5 trips. So
Gotcha.
he could attest even offshore on a boat, it's been a slower start to the season. But it was fun. I'm excited to get out more. Yeah. What do you got, Ryan?
Well, I haven't done callbacks in a while, so I'm going to start at the beginning. I know you guys briefly talked about Classicer a couple weeks ago, but I just wanted to touch base on that a little bit.
Touch the base.
What an event.
What an event.
It was really cool. Like, I don't think Blake or I really knew what to expect. I know Blake had a vision in his mind, and I think he successfully completed most of it. You know, there might have been a couple things here and there, but for the most part, it was really cool. The cars that came were unbelievable. Just some really, really different stuff. I was happy to see a bunch of stuff I've never seen before.
The ratio of like Porsches I can't afford to cool air cooled Volkswagens was excellent.
Yeah, I think it was a really well balanced show as far as that goes.
And you don't see a room, let alone a parking lot, with those cars together ever.
Right,
So-
and that was really Blake's vision, was to bring the highest end Porsche owner and the guy who's got a rusty Volkswagen and he barely keeps alive and put them in the same place.
Well, the similarities are undeniable, yet they never frequent the same events
Right.
to that level. So it really took a very specific pocket that has 2 different ends of the spectrum and put it together in a way that was unbelievable. I think that to me, that's going to be one of those shows to someone who didn't go that has either of those cars, and they're going to say, shit, I wish I went to that.
Yeah, and I know like Moritz and Jesse were there, both taking phenomenal pictures. I've seen a lot of what Moritz did. Some of the pictures he took are just incredible.
Yep.
Jesse put a little something together, I think, for Blake to see. I haven't seen it yet, I don't think, but
Yeah, I don't think they posted it yet.
No, they definitely haven't posted it yet, but I usually get a sneak preview.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two were hard at work. It was quite an eventful morning as far as like we had
Sorry, I'm like not. I gotta go to the bathroom again.
oh boy. Pizza didn't do you any
No, this is.
No one believes you. Shut up.
this is previous. So we were able to get into the place at 5 a.m.
Damn, that's a fucking early day.
Blake was there at 5 and I was there at 5:07.
That's earlier than Roots, man.
Yeah.
However, I don't know what the vendors. I don't know what time the vendors have to be there. So go on.
For Roots, yeah, I'm not sure what their load in load out policy was, but we had a very the fire marshal dictated all of this, right? So and I know Blake talked a little bit about this when he was on,
yeah.
but the guy was really cool. He just wanted things done the right way.
Yeah.
And even that, like, there was the whole quarter tank of gas thing.
Yeah.
That's not even the rule. The rule is 10 gallons. So
In those cars, that's
that's a full tank.
Yeah,
just about a
like,
full
I
tank.
was
right?
gonna say
so
maybe
he
15
wasn't
tops,
terrible
but
when
that's a
when we
lot.
explained to him that 10 gallons was basically 11 gallons was a full tank. You right over there, buddy? Yeah. Was it a false alarm?
No, I think I focused all my efforts the other way.
Oh, all right. So we worked with the fire marshal who he came out. We also had a detail. So there was a kid there from the fire department just to walk around for the day.
yeah.
The fire marshal came in the morning and stood outside and watched every car come in and said, how's your tank of gas? Make sure you unplug your battery when you're parked. At one point, I think we had too many cars running inside, and everyone's getting a little they were getting antsy, the owners were getting antsy.
Yeah.
So basically, I'd tell people, like, get to where you're going to stay and then push the car
Yeah,
around.
don't idle your car.
Yeah, they didn't like the idling in the building thing. That was like,
Yeah. Well, the ventilation. Yeah.
I mean, they had, I don't know if you saw, they had those big ass fans, the
Yeah.
proprietary ones. Like
I didn't get to go.
I don't know if, sorry,
The name of the company
He
is
went.
it's
Big
called
Ass
Big
Fan.
Ass Fans.
And they're huge, yeah.
Yeah. They're like
I'll pull it up.
they're like helicopter blades. They're like 30 feet in diameter. They're different sizes, but
Yeah.
they use them.
And
a
the
lot.
logo is a donkey. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
fucking awesome. So anyway, they had a few of those, and obviously they have the garage door open and there's
Yeah.
ventilation, whatever. But they were getting a little antsy. So, and I think a lot of it too is the exhausts are loud, so like you get that echoey.
Yeah, they
so
think
it sounds
it's
like
worse
there's
than
way
it is.
more than
It's
it really
worse than
is.
it
So,
yeah. Oh, those type of fans? Oh, okay. That's in the building. Like,
Yeah, they've got like
yeah.
6 of them.
yeah, they're in like all
Yeah,
Planet
but they say-
Fitnesses.
yeah.
My
Exactly.
gym has them. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, big ass fans.
Big ass
big
fans.
ass
yeah.
fans. So yeah, so they had some of those, and they were all going. And but yeah, so we got there at 5. We had a limited window to get the cars in.
Yeah.
The vendors could come in at 5.
Fuck.
Cars could start coming in at 9.
Now, if a vendor's late, like they can come in anytime after that. That's fine.
They can, but it was a little trickier.
Yeah, of course it is.
Just to set up, yeah.
Yeah.
The only hiccup I saw there is their like load in, load out area when people have trailers and stuff was really tight, and it was down a hill, so like that was a little tricky for some people, but everyone made it work.
I mean, if they just unloaded the trailer in the parking lot and their car was physically able to drive around the building, it's not a big deal.
That's one thing, but like vendors had setups, like
Oh, yeah,
Redline
yeah,
had the Porsche on a dolly,
dolly,
and
yeah, that
some
was-
of the, and like what's his
That was a cool display.
that was a really
so
cool.
if you didn't go and
cool
you're not
idea.
familiar with Renlin, they basically make a bunch
is it
of
Renlin or Renline?
I don't really know, to be
All right.
honest. I've heard it said both ways,
Okay.
but they make a bunch of cool Porsche accessories, little body panel accessories and shifter bushings and trinkets and doodads. They had a bare shell that was like media blasted, all disassembled with like the fenders off and stuff on a rack, like on a dolly rack. And it was like down to bare metal with just their shit bolted on it. So like really highlighted all their parts.
Showcased all their stuff, which is such
It
a
was
cool idea.
very, very cool.
And I think they brought couches.
Yeah, they had a nice display and like an oriental rug, I think.
Old Soul from
Their
Worcester
setup was sick, too.
had an entire living room set up, like a 70s living room. So I
Yeah.
guess the guy who owns Old Soul is big into like vintage furniture. So he had this whole setup, which was unbelievable. I think Bruce's friend had brought a bunch of bikes, like
Yep.
vintage,
All
like
vintage BMX
a
bikes.
BMX bike.
Oh,
Some of these
yeah.
bikes are worth a lot of fucking
So
money.
much shit I missed that. I'm fucking annoyed.
But that was a really cool display. But like I said, yeah, so we had time in the morning to like 5 to 8, I think was vendors. I think it was 9 we were allowed to get cars in. It only took like 40 minutes to get all the cars in, which wasn't too bad. Then there was a few stragglers at the end. But at 10 o'clock, the gates open. So once the gates open, we're not allowed to move cars or drive them or whatever. So
Yeah, no cars going when there's pedestrians in there.
Yep. And then we had a 3 o'clock hard out. So, the show went really well. The kids thing was awesome. I think Blake's thinking about doing a couple more things for the kids thing next year.
When you say 3 o'clock hard out, meaning we're out by 3, or 3 o'clock we start getting out?
3 o'clock, and we are gone.
Yeah.
There isn't a remnant of us at 3 o'clock because at 3 o'clock, the sports started again.
Yeah.
So we had to be gone. So
Did that work?
it did. We were out in 40 minutes.
That's good.
At 2 o'clock, everyone started breaking down, and at 2:40, we had one car left.
Wow.
That was
That's
getting pushed out.
Yeah.
So that worked out really well. Everyone was super cooperative. They got it. Like, right. So like the people who came there were very well informed on how it had to work in order for it to work.
Yeah.
And everyone did their part, and everyone did a great job. And thanks to all the vendors and all the people who just followed simple direction. It's really all you need to do, and you know how hard that is sometimes with the general
Well,
public.
I mean,
But-
you can't even get. Some people can't get a coffee order, right? And that's just listening.
It
Right.
just looked
So.
so cool on the turf. That was
Yeah.
like visually like the coolest part.
Yep. And, Blake's had a few people reach out that couldn't make it this year that are already getting ready to go for next year. He's got
That's
an
pretty
idea about doing, I don't even know if he wants me to tell it, so I won't, but he's got a couple ideas for possibly
Do it.
doing on the hockey rink next year. Yeah, it was just so cool.
Yeah, it just looked insane.
The turtle was hilarious.
It's a tortoise.
So first of all, we were under the impression there was no animals allowed. Next thing
There
you
was
know,
definitely dogs in there.
What?
no, there's only a couple, and one of them was a blind woman's dog.
Good.
There was 3 dogs. I counted them.
So there's the red line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just had like the pieces off and shows all the stuff they make, which was really, really good idea.
Yep.
Well, maybe I'll just slap a service tag on my dog.
Yeah.
And be dirty.
But yeah, there were some beautiful, beautiful cars in there, and then there were some just daily driven cars, and that was just as awesome.
Yep. Some really neat stuff. That was a good shot of kind of that whole area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, everyone had a great time. The facility itself, it's one of those things where it was expensive, but
Irreplaceable.
it was
though.
cool. Like the venue itself was a great spot to have the show, but also
Is that Blake's car?
the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's Ryan's car.
me.
Yeah.
And that's Frank's car.
Mark.
And that's Mark's car.
So let me ask you a question here. What made him come up with this particular venue?
It's close to home.
Yeah.
There have been car shows in here before.
Okay.
Inside?
Yes.
Oh.
They've done a couple like classic car days in there. Not, I don't think to this extent. And part of the rules we were following were a result of those shows.
Yep.
So at one point when they did that show with the car inside, they were telling us that when it was time to go, every car started at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a bunch of old, muscle cars, and there's some other stuff. And Gary was actually there in the building at that time, and with his car, and he said, it literally smoked the place out, and it took like an hour to get the fumes out.
Yeah.
So that was really what they were trying to avoid with the running of the cars for too long.
Sure.
I think they went a little too far in the opposite direction, and there's definitely a course correction in where it's like a sweet spot, and hopefully we'll figure that out.
Like, I like that this wasn't set up in rows, but the thing that's nice that Roots does is they stage the cars in very spaced rows, so you can still walk all the way around every car.
Yeah.
They have the cars enter and exit in generations and exit by rows. So they say, all right, everyone in this row, start your car. So they're starting, 20 cars at a time instead of 300.
So what we did was, and what Blake came up with was quadrants, right? So there were 4 quadrants.
Yep.
And every quadrant had a color. When you were in line, you were handed a ticket, a piece of paper or a piece of like
all right,
vinyl.
if you're a red quadrant.
Yeah, it was red, yellow, green, and blue. It was pretty simple.
Yeah.
And when you pulled in, you looked for the person with your flag color,
Yep.
and you drove to that person.
Yep.
And that worked out really well.
Yep.
And then when they left, basically, we were told that the fire marshal was supposed to like basically shoulder tap you to let you out.
Yeah.
And that happened for the first 8 or 10 cars, 12
After that,
cars.
it's like, just get out.
And then people just kind of were doing it naturally in like
Yeah.
the perfect succession, right? So there wasn't people trying to get over everyone, and it worked out really well. Like I said, there was no traffic jams. Everyone was out, and we were all cleaned up in 40 minutes. So I think that was pretty good.
No cars dumped a full can of oil on the turf.
Not that I'm aware of. Everyone got a pig mat when they came in. So this actually goes back to part of the process in the morning. So I had the dust off trailer, which is full of all the classicer stuff. So I towed that there first. So that's when I got there at 5 o'clock. I dumped that in the back, and then the boys started unloading, and I went back to the house because I had Blake's bus on the trailer ready to go, the burn bus, and I towed that over. Then we dumped that off, but in the interim of that, Moritz was driving his bus,
That broke down.
blue bus, from home down to the
Okay,
show.
yeah.
Not the Synchro, not the the brown Synchro. This is his blue bay window bus.
Yep.
And somewhere in Providence ran out of just died. Like it didn't have any power. He couldn't keep it going.
Fucking
So he
heap. What
had
a
to
heap.
he had to pull over. He thought he blew the motor.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, it was that bad. So on the way, so I still had to get Blake Squareback and my thing there. So I took Mark, our friend next door from Skunk Fire and guest of the show, and Carl, also our friend Carl, the tree guy from a couple years ago, took them back to the house with the empty trailer. Mark took the Squareback, I took the thing, and Carl took the truck and trailer and went to Providence to get Moritz because Moritz had the pig mats that we were supposed to be giving out to every single person because he picked them up for Blake from a store up near him where he had to order them.
Yeah.
So we really needed the pig mats. We wanted Moritz there, but we really needed the pig mats because that was like a requirement. So if anybody listening doesn't know what a pig mat is, it's those gray
Oil
diapers with little dimples in it, and you throw them under the car for weeks. So that was part of the requirement to get the cars in there. And even
I was wondering about that.
they were asking, even they're like, they're on their way. Like Blake even tried to just go to the store and buy somebody couldn't. It's too early or whatever. They didn't have any. So so Carl went and got Moritz, came back, got the pig mats. We got that all sorted out, and so that was fine. But that was one of the things. So everyone got a diaper as they came in to make sure their little leaker, didn't make a mess. But as far as I know, nobody puked anything on the field. I'm sure he would have heard about it by now.
That's good.
But yeah, no, everything went really well. It was a good time. Like I said, they got the restaurant in there. They got the arcade for the kids. There's, big facilities, bathroom wise and stuff like that. Everything's clean and,
very cool place.
You're not peeing behind a tree in the woods because there's only one porta-john and it's already full,
Yeah.
Sometimes those outside shows.
Same venue next year?
So yeah, he's already talked to them and reserved it for next year. Tentatively, the guy who owns the place has to wait for some sports schedules to come out because they take priority, unfortunately. They're like a, year-long.
Yeah, it's like if there's some finals game or something that day.
Yeah, not even that. I think they don't. So basically, he has to wait for the sports thing to come out, which isn't a big deal because Blake didn't even book this until, I think January or February of last year. So
yeah,
there's time.
But it's in the works.
It's in the works. We're on the books. Like, we want it for basically the same weekend. It'll be the weekend between Mother's Day and
Memorial Day.
So
It was a good weekend.
yep, it worked out. Everyone seemed to have a good time. The
Pre-party at Canty was a great time.
That was a good time. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
It's fine.
Poor Mark.
Just how it worked out.
Good bar pizza there.
I'll tell you.
I've never had it, but yeah,
I
I've heard
missed
good
Loft,
things.
but on a side note, Sadie did nose work, and she fucking killed it. So
Nice.
It was worth the miss.
Worth
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, Kat had a good day with her.
Good.
Yep. So, made all her qualifications.
Nice.
Yep. So now she can do other competitions. So,
Nice.
yep.
And
Good
then,
stuff.
on the topic of car events, last weekend was the donut meet. After we recorded last Thursday, it was last Sunday. Trevor, who I was berating for most of the episode, did join us at the donut meet.
Guy's in therapy now.
It was an excellent turnout. Lot was full.
Was it?
Yeah. My buddy that lives across the street from me came down. Our friend Dan and his girlfriend Alicia came out. So Cassie and I had a full crew with us. It was a good time. Tony brought his I think he's got a Sportster or something. I don't really know about motorcycle stuff. Some Harley that looks fucking cool.
Your neighbor?
Yeah.
He's got a nice bike.
Yeah. He's got a couple, but the one he brought was like cool looking. Brother.
Some ape hangers.
Yeah. It's like the episode of South Park.
Oh my god. Oh, that's such a funny when they're in front of the town council.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There's so many good episodes of South Park.
No, but yeah, he's got a cool bike, so he brought that, and he was like, "Oh, cool! I parked next to the other bikes. I didn't want to be like the one shithead with a motorcycle that takes up a whole parking space."
Yeah.
So him and Dan, Dan just finished that like cafe racer bike, so they parked in the same spot.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a killer turnout. There was like a C10, or I guess it would be a K10, like the Blazer.
Yep.
Ambulance. It was
Okay.
really cool, like a '66 Chevy ambulance.
Oh, really? Oh, like
that had
Ecto 1
air ride and
like an
stuff.
Ecto 1 type of thing?
It was a Blazer, like a K10
Yeah,
series
yeah.
Blazer, but a two-wheel drive one with air ride. It was orange. It was really cool. And the guy had like the ambulance logo switched to say dog transport. It was pretty cool. And then there was like an old bread van on air ride that was pretty neat.
Oh, that guy's been around.
Yeah. That thing's
yeah.
been here a couple times. Lots of cool stuff though. So
Yep.
it was a nice turnout. Enjoy. Coffee was here. Our friend Justin Enos that's been on the show. He was slinging some lattes
Nice.
out of his little coffee cart. He was killing it. I barely talked to him because he was busy the whole time. There was a line there the whole fucking morning.
Nice.
He didn't want to talk to you, John.
It's probably true. But yeah, he was busy all morning. So it was a great day.
Cool.
Great day.
So yeah, and going in chronological order after that.
What's next?
The next weekend was Emma's graduation.
Yes.
Well, actually, the next weekend was something else, but then she graduated.
How long was the graduation ceremony?
The graduation ceremony, Mark, was 45
Oh, yeah.
glorious minutes.
That's fantastic.
That is nice.
That's
the
what I was-
Thursday
I was,
before when
yeah.
I missed the podcast for the
Yeah.
thing was 3 fucking hours.
That was 45 hours.
Yeah, it felt like all goddamn night.
You
No,
had
they.
fun though, right?
What's that?
You had fun though, right?
Oh, I had fun. Yeah. Well, she did really well in the scholarship department, so
yeah.
I will.
great.
I will say it was worth sitting there for 3 hours. But yeah, she is officially out of school. I don't think she realizes it yet. Like it's still
That she's out of school.
That like no, that not that she's out of school. Like, but she's out of school kind of for like high school forever.
Yeah.
Like that because it kind of seems like a typical summer. You know, you get out of
Yeah.
school. She's
Yeah, it's like,
working.
no, you're never going back there.
She's working at the nursery again this summer, so
You're an adult.
they give her a bunch of hours, and she's pretty busy. But
What school is she going to? Springfield, right?
no, actually, she's going to Leslie.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, she was looking at Springfield. She went back and forth a couple times.
Where's that?
but
Where's those?
Cambridge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's right behind Harvard and MIT.
Oh, it's right over there.
It's a good
Oh, I didn't know
neighborhood.
that.
Yeah. Cool spot to be.
Yeah, her T stop is Harvard Square.
Yep.
So
Yeah, Harvard Square's a blast.
She's
gonna have a
commuting
good
and
time.
living on
No,
campus.
she's gonna live on campus.
Yeah.
I always said I think everyone should live away 1 year.
At least a year, yeah.
All
Just
right.
you find out who you are.
Do you?
Yep.
I think so. I did.
Who are you?
I was different than I was in high school. I can
I
tell,
mean,
I
look
can tell you
at
that.
What'd you say?
I mean, look at him.
Not sure how to take that.
And still trying to figure out what he is.
Yeah, Ann has no fucking idea what I am.
It's a fucking monster.
She shakes her head every goddamn day. What did I do? 25 fucking years.
He's the kind of guy that orders cheesy breadsticks and a pizza.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
Fuck yeah.
That was insane.
I wanted garlic cheesy breadsticks.
Did you know how heavy that pizza was?
No.
It was
Oh,
so
you
good.
didn't? I thought you did. I'm like,
After I had one cheesy breadstick, I'm like,
I mean, I ended up having fucking 3 of those.
we
I know,
fucked up.
and
I
if
did
you-
too.
Yeah, we're all talking
No,
shit.
I think we
but-
did it right because we all got pizza
No,
to take
no,
home.
no.
Yeah, we did.
You almost passed out the wheel.
I walked up that hill because I parked at the
Oh
top of the
my
hill.
God.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Were
like,
you huffing and puffing?
He
I'm gonna-
was
I was
huffing
like-
and puffing.
I was like, I'm gonna pass away right now.
I walk up,
Yeah.
I'm like, this incline something, and he's like, oh. He's got he's like, oh, oh. He turned the key to the truck. He's like, oh, oh. I'm like, what's all these noises? He's like, that incline.
So do we want to tell the people where we were?
Yeah,
Sure, but go ahead.
but
No,
there's
there's no
already a
but.
but.
There's no but.
So
ahead.
There's a place that's local to here that has been around for a while, but we never went because it's a takeout only place, and that's not our jam. We like to, me and the boys, we sit down, we have a nice meal before the show. It's our tradition, it's our routine. It kind of gets us ready for the evening. And they opened a dining room now. So they have a small dining room and an outdoor seating area. It's called A Guy and His Pie. It's a Detroit-style pizza place. And they get a lot of fancy schmancy pizzas. They're very rich,
Very filling.
very filling. And we went there, and we each got a small, and we get an order of breadsticks, and we each left with half a pizza.
Yeah. 2 pieces.
Yeah, it's
And we
4
got free
pieces.
dessert.
We did get free
Yeah,
dessert.
we got free dessert from a bakery that's in the same building.
So I'm going to shout them out. It's called Bloom Bakery,
Yeah,
Very good.
and it's
Bloom Bakery in Pawtucket.
in Pawtucket.
Mineral Ave. in
Mineral Spring
Pawtucket.
Ave.
Mineral Spring Ave, yeah.
That brownie was a fucking killer.
That was rich.
I had 2 bites of
That
that
was
brownie.
stuck in my esophagus
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
drive here.
Did you finish the brownie?
No, God, no. I'm bringing it home.
Yeah. And the pizza, so you got a bacon
I
pizza.
got a bacon
You
pizza.
got a bacon.
You got a pepperoni pizza. And I did my typical move. I have a move that I do.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's
I ask the waiter. I pick 2 things, no matter where I am, almost all the time, unless it's a place I really know well. And I say, should I get this or this? And they're going to be honest. They're going to tell you, like, if one's way fresher than the
Are
other.
they always going to be honest?
They're going to, yeah, because they want a good tip. They don't, I don't
You're
think,
gonna order regardless. They already got your money.
I know, but
I don't think this is the kind of
they
place
want,
that was like.
I feel like they want you to be happy.
All right. Yeah. No. That's fair. Definitely the guy. Yeah.
And you're just shooting the shit with them. I'm not like, I always ask, like, what do you think I should get, this or this? And they always immediately have something that comes to mind. I trust them. They eat the shit more than we do, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he said,
Yeah.
oh, those are both good. He said, we normally don't do this, but I'm going to give you a small half and half so you can try both. That was a good thing I asked because now I get to try both. And they're both great.
And half of what and half of what?
I got the vodka sauce, which was like chicken parm and vodka sauce and cheese, and then the other one was the CBR chicken bacon ranch. They were both delectable.
Very good.
I think I liked the CBR better. I think next time I'm gonna try the buffalo chicken.
I know. I was looking at that one, but I figured
Yeah.
I'd start baseline.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to try the vodka sauce one. I wanted to try one that was a little bit more pizza-like, like some sort of red sauce on it. The vodka sauce was good. Instead, it was a homemade red sauce.
Yeah.
I found this
Vodka sauce.
because everyone in my family is fucking allergic to things like olive oil and sesame seed. It's really hard to find a spaghetti sauce. It's Prego usually because it's the only one that doesn't have all this. I know it's fucking terrible. But I did find there is a specialty sauce, and I only found it in the Stop and Shop in Somerset, and I forget the name of it. It's like Taste of some. It's not Taste of Inspiration because that's
That's like their store
their
brand.
store brand. It's something along those lines. But they make a vodka sauce that doesn't have any of the stuff in it that people can't eat, and it is fucking delicious. So I'm getting that lately.
But yeah, so if you're looking to try something different, if you're on the South Shore or you're here, you can get a Detroit-style pizza at A Guy and His Pie in Pawtucket, or our friend Mike Wisdom, who was here a few weeks ago.
Yep.
The
Edge.
As of next month, the owner of the Edge Pizza right downtown in Plymouth. and they moved the big obnoxious Adirondack
They
chair.
did.
Did they really?
Yeah.
So you can actually see
Was it
the
his
front of the
to
restaurant.
move or no?
No, the city
no,
moved it.
no. He said they just happened to move it. He goes, there was a lot of homeless issue activities. He's like, he doesn't know why they moved it. He's just guessing that was the reason.
Yeah.
Me and Kat went to the Edge on Saturday, I think.
Yep.
It was fucking fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We put a feeler out to a guy in his pile. See, maybe they'll come on the show. We'll
That'd
see.
be great.
But as of now, I mean, pound for pound, Mark, you're the one that's tried them both hot. Give me the hot take.
The Edge.
The Edge is the hot take.
Easy.
An easy decision.
For me, easy decision.
Mark has
was the
tried
Edge.
2 pepperoni pizzas, both hot right out of the oven.
Right out of the oven.
So I would pretty much agree with you based on what I've tried as well. But the Edge that I tried was an hour old.
Cold, yeah.
Right.
So it's a little different. With that said, it's hard to compare a traditional pepperoni to like a chicken bacon ranch because it's like a specialty weird pizza versus a traditional pizza.
Yeah. And the beauty of this is they're at 2 ends of the world.
Yeah, they're
So,
not close.
It's not close. Where
neither-
are you? Oh, you're in Providence? Yeah, go to.
And
I'd recommend.
And let's be clear, your second place choice is not bad.
No, not at all. No.
Yeah, so a guy in his pie was
for sure.
very good.
Yeah.
If you're in Providence, Pawtucket,
I was very
Rhode
happy
Island
with what I
proper.
got. I just think the Edge is better.
I would eat that. It's a shame of how inconvenient it is in relation to here because
That is tough. Yeah.
you know
It's like a 25-minute drive
yeah,
for a 4-mile
it was
trip.
brutal.
as
yeah.
a bird flies,
Yeah,
we're very close.
super easy.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
to get here from
And
the studio,
And the
it's
time
like
we're going is the worst possible time.
Yeah,
It
that's why I
literally-
said
that
we should
area.
should go early.
it's a good thing we
Yeah.
did because I
Yeah.
felt like I was playing. I was playing a level of Oregon Trail trying to
Yeah.
get to the studio from this place.
Oh, so you did get dysentery. That's
Yeah,
why you were in the bathroom.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like it was crazy. I felt like we had to take a ferry to get here. It was insane. So, but yeah, it's a really good spot. Check it out. I encourage you all to try something different. It's something different.
And they're in a great place. So there's a brewery over there.
Brewery and
Literally
distillery,
next door, yeah.
sandwich between a brewery and a
You
distillery.
can't.
And they
beat
seem
it.
to be open the same hours, even
Yeah.
though they're weird hours. You got to check the hours because they're
Yeah,
not open
it's
every
pretty
day.
much like weekend, like
So-
Thursday through Sunday,
Yeah.
minimal evening, afternoon
Yeah,
hours.
take a look.
Yeah, a guy in his pie.
But very cool, very good stuff.
Yep. So I had a weird day. I'll try to not keep it doom and gloom, but the strangest thing happened today.
Okay.
So my grandfather, who I've talked about numerous times on here, is getting a little weathered. He's 94. And he's getting a little weak and slowing down quite a bit, which is unfortunate. But in 94, the world doesn't owe you anything at that point. So he's in some hospice care. Great team of nurses working with him. I walk into this new facility that he moved into yesterday to visit him today, and this woman walks by, and she just, in passing, just turns around and says, "I know you." And I said, I know you.
And he winked at her like a weirdo.
And then she just kept walking and went in the room and shut the door. And I'm like, who the fuck do I know this lady? And I'm thinking for like 10 minutes.
Was
She's in
she
the other room.
Older, younger, or same age?
She is, I'd say, 10 years older than me.
Okay.
Maybe like late 40s, early 50s, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, where the fuck do I know this lady from? So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then she was actually in the room with my grandfather. I was waiting for them to tell me it was good to go in and see him. She comes out, and she was like, I was your dad's hospice nurse.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, so now she's the director of this house where my grandfather is.
Okay.
And at the time, she was doing home visits.
Yep.
And not far, but like not that close either. Like usually they would be different territories where they live. My grandfather's up near, right outside of Boston, and my dad's was down in Middleborough, so it was pretty wild. And I really liked this lady then. She was great with my father, so I was really pumped that she's like in charge of my grandfather's case.
Cool.
So that was pretty cool.
Small world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably would have thought you'd never bump into her again.
I try to not like look at things like, oh, it's meant to be, but it's just a weird thing. So I'm not going to
That
read
was his
into it too
grandfather,
much.
your dad's father, or your mother's father?
No, my mom's father. Yeah, different side of the family. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I was pumped it was her because, obviously in that industry, unfortunately, medical industry, people are severely underpaid and overworked. And with elder care, they can be frustrating sometimes. So some of the people that have cared for my grandfather over the last 15 years, I haven't been a huge fan of. And everybody at this facility is great. And this lady's like the director of the place. So it was super cool that it was someone that I knew.
Gives you comfort.
Pretty well. I spent quite a bit of time dealing with this lady one-on-one when she was caring for my father. So it was like very comforting. So it was turned a sucky day into a relatively positive thing.
Cool.
Yep. So that was pretty much my day, running around, visiting and shuffling family around and stuff. So that's all I got. That's my excuse for being wildly unprepared for today.
So this isn't really a callback, but more of a house project I took on. So
the deck.
The deck. So over the last, so we've been in the house 13 years, 12 years. And about a year or so in, I put a patio in.
Like a paver stone patio?
Yep, paver stone patio in the backyard. Part of which covered our septic tank. So I built like a little garden over it. So there was like access to the clean out ports and all that stuff. And it's been fine.
Yeah.
Over the years, it's sunk. And really, it went too far. Like I learned now what I should have been doing, and I wasn't doing the like proper maintenance.
As far as like doing the sand in between.
Correct.
And
like cleaning it out and doing the sand every couple of years just to keep the.
I've got a section 10 years old that I've never redone the polymeric sand, and I got to redo it.
Yeah. So we had a lot of vegetation growing there, weeds and whatnot, and it was just out of control. So I've been wanting to rip it out for a couple of years. And Anne's been like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, it is that bad. We don't use it. Like, we need to use it, right? So as we spent the time, money putting it in, we should fucking use it, right? So at the same time, the Trex on the deck was put in by the builder. And it wasn't broken, but it wasn't great.
So you had the deck, and then you'd step down off the deck onto the patio.
Correct. It was when they built it,
like
there was railings and one small set of stairs in the middle. I ripped the railings down. I put I built a stone feature to like hide the grill, and then I put a big step.
So you had like one big long step.
One big long step. So
so you just kind of step down off the thing like
right onto the patio. So that was fine. The stone thing that I built had sunk because it was so heavy. You can prep all you want for the ground, but it was a new construction, so it was going to settle.
Yeah.
Even after a couple of years. So I wanted to rip it out. I had set a few guys aside. Some friends said they would help me take all the stuff out. And I had set it up for Memorial Day weekend. Well, the weekend for 2 weeks before, my knee went out and I was having some issues. So I was like, well, I feel bad. Like, I'm going to cancel the guys. Like, I don't want to have these guys come and work while I sit there and watch because I really can't do anything. Right. So I was getting better and I was kind of walking around, but I couldn't. There was no way I could bend down and get up, whatever, all day. So I called him up and said, listen, whatever.
And Mark and I can confirm he cannot walk good when he's like this.
It was not good. So I called him up. I was like, yeah, you guys, whatever, we'll skip it. And we'll get another weekend together and we'll figure it out. And they were kind of like, hey, man, I said I was coming to do manual labor. I'll come do manual labor whether you do it or not. So they came anyway.
It's pretty good.
And in one Saturday afternoon, we ripped up every paver and all the planks off the deck.
That's huge.
That was a fucking day, let me tell you.
Yeah, pavers are tedious.
Hustling.
Yep.
Having the tractor helped.
Yeah,
because basically
load it in the bucket.
They just chucked everything in the bucket, and I went and dumped it in the backyard, like because we're gonna reuse all the pavers or as many of them as we can to redo it. So,
are you gonna redo a patio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It just I gotta level it out.
Yep.
So
rent a compactor.
Cut to unexpected things we have to do.
Yeah.
When we pulled it up was Memorial Day weekend, so that was Saturday. Sunday, I'm sitting at my table having dinner or whatever, and I'm looking out and I'm watching water come out of the top of the septic tank.
Oh no!
I can hear Andrew taking a shower, and I'm watching water come out of the tank, and I'm
out of the access lid where they pump it from.
Not a ton of water, just
enough
where it's not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. Now, was it doing it for a while and you just didn't see it because of the patio and shit?
I don't know. I wouldn't have seen it ever.
Yeah, because it was all covered by like the little garden feature.
Correct.
You had in there.
So I would have never known.
Yep.
So we pulled that up, and I was like, well, we had we've pumped it every year, 3 years, every 3 years for the last 12, right?
Yeah.
Last year when he came, there was some issues. He said it was too full.
Yeah,
It's
but
too
all
much.
it takes is one little clog, and then those tanks, the
That's
leaching
it.
field won't drain.
And that's what's happening. The leaching field isn't draining.
Yep.
So he came and pumped it. We found the D-box because I had the plan still.
Yep.
So we measured. We found it. I dug it up with the machine. The guy just was kind of like not looking to dig it up by hand. I was like, well, I got a backhoe. And he's like, you do?
Yeah.
And then my neighbor, who was actually he put the septic in because that's what his company does.
Oh,
his brother's
yeah,
company does. So he's like, he couldn't remember what it was, but I found the plans, gave them to him.
Yep.
He knows the guy that pumps the tank because they work together a lot. It's an in-town guy. He knows.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he's the one that recommended him to come pump it
Yeah, it's
anyway.
like the Title V guys know the septic guys.
Correct.
They know the pump guys.
Exactly.
They all know
so
each
they all
other.
know each other, right? So we're all just kind of standing there in the backyard. We pulled the D-box. The D-box was full. That's all bad. Like
Yep.
that's not supposed to be full at all.
Yeah.
So we pumped all that out.
And was your filter clear in the access hole, the first one?
When I pulled the access cover, the water was to the top.
Okay.
That's
Did
not
you have
good.
like the screen filter thing in there?
No, it's just a port to look.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so everything's full. So
Yeah.
it's all bad, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So okay, so now so what do I do?
Yeah, especially for a 13-year-old septic or whatever. it
Right,
is.
it should be
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
Is generally
Yeah.
the
So was it
lifespan.
at the end of the day? Was there just like something clogging it and it's fine now, or?
we don't know yet.
Mm.
So we're on the wait and see. So this was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So they pumped it.
Now they want to check it again in a month or something.
Takes like a week to fill the tank up
Yeah.
so that the water starts leaching again. So it started leaching yesterday.
Yep.
I looked today and there's already a little too much water in the D-box, which means it's still not draining right. I have one more step, which the guy told me he would do it for several $1,000s, or I could order the $50 kit from Amazon and do it myself.
Yeah.
So I ordered the $50 kit from
What is
Amazon.
it like? The microbiome shit that you pour in
No,
there?
it's
or
a
something?
water jet.
Oh.
So you run the hose down with a backwards spraying water jet.
Okay.
So you run off the pressure washer, you're running it down the pipes
Yeah.
in the leaching field, and it should clear any debris in there that's keeping the
blocking.
water from.
Basically, it's blocking the tank from going to the leaching field.
No, the water is going to the leaching field. It's just not leaching. So like we
Okay.
think the perforated pipes in the leaching field might be clogged
Oh, okay. I guess.
because we had we'll call it an overflow.
Yeah.
Things got where they weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it's possible that there's stuff in there.
Yep. Yep.
And then
Yep.
if that doesn't work, then we got to rip the fucking leaching field out and start again. So
I hope that's
not
it.
looking forward to that,
Yeah. Hopefully that's not it.
but that's like a side quest as far as the deck goes.
Sounds terrible.
It's not good.
Now, next question:
Yeah.
does the deck cover plumbing? Okay.
Nope. The
So
deck is
if
fine.
they had
I'm-
to redo part of the septic, your deck doesn't need to be ripped out to do it.
No.
Okay.
It's all separate from that. It is under the patio. But
So
what
you,
they would,
are you
what,
not going to put the
if
patio
they
in?
had to do this, if they had to do the leaching field, it would only be one little corner of the patio, and then it's past that.
Yep.
So I'm going to try to do 2/3 of it and leave the last third until
Yep.
we figure out if everything's good.
Yeah, makes sense.
But thanks, Pudva.
Thanks,
It's
but
it's a shitty situation.
literally and
Yeah.
figuratively.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I learned a little bit about that. My house has a new septic, new from when I bought it. It's 10 years old now. And the last time I get it pumped every 2 years, just because I'm super paranoid.
Well, so I grew up with septic, right? My parents also had septic, so
Yeah.
we pumped it
Yeah,
and religiously every 2 years,
yeah,
and we never had any issues.
yep,
That was after we had the cesspool that collapsed, and we had to put the whole new septic in. And there was
Yeah,
all
yeah.
bullshit with that. But once it was in, it was fine. And so when we got this house, pretty much stayed in the same schedule. So after the first 2 years, we had somebody come out, and the guy was like, "Oh, he's
you,
not even.
you don't need to do this.
doesn't
now.
even
Yeah.
need to be pumped." He's like, "You're good."
Yep.
He's like,
Well, and they'd say
Give
that
me-
it can be. You can almost pump it too much too. Like you don't.
well, you don't
yeah.
want to get rid of the bacteria, right? So the
Yeah.
bacteria is good to break everything down, right?
Yep.
So, but it should be pumped every few years.
Yep.
Just to get the solids that are left over out, and then kind of restart the ecosystem in there.
Kind of like what you said though. I have a newer system, so it has the 2 access covers.
Okay.
And he popped both of them off, and there's basically 2 tanks next to each other. And he was like, if this one's full and that one's full, that means the filter that goes between them is clogged.
Okay.
And it was like clogged with stuff that shouldn't be flushed.
Yeah.
So that was, and then he like hosed it out. And as soon as he did that, and he was like, watch this, he hosed it out and put it back in. The first thing just drained down like
No kidding.
immediately. Yeah. It was like you could see it happen.
That's a different style. So
Yeah.
I got the guy Fred, my next door neighbor, who did the system.
Yeah.
He said mine was one of the last pipe and stone systems they've done.
Yeah. See, mine's like plastic tanks, I think.
Exactly. There's a whole new
Yep.
system. That
Yeah,
they
so
put
I
in
have
now.
I have like the green caps. You still have like the cement caps?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I have like
Yep.
the green screw-on caps.
Mine
fact,
look like
he-
manhole covers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
that's
new
like.
style.
Yeah.
Oh no, yours, man, they screw down though.
No, the fucking heavy lids.
It's like a big cement lid. That's like what you have probably.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
Mine are like steel.
Yours are metal.
They look like manholes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. When you take it off, is there something under it, or is that just the
No.
All right, so it's
Just tank.
probably like yours. Then,
All tank.
Because I
Yeah.
think the screw down
Yeah, because
plastic
mine.
covers are the
I
new
have 3
style.
covers, but it's all the same tank.
Yeah.
And then the tank separates, like things sink and water rises, and then when it rises, it goes to the pipe, and then it goes to the D box. And the D box has 3 pipes that go to leaching field.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So there should be nothing but water in the D box, and it shouldn't be full. It should be only full right to the bottom of the opening of the pipe.
Yeah, and it should all flow down that pipe
Trickle
and be gone.
and go away. But when we opened the D box, it was full right to the top.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, I ordered the water jet kit. Should be here in a couple days,
Yep.
and I'll send that fucker down there and see what happens.
Yikes.
Hell yeah.
I'm just hoping it doesn't
Yikes.
splash.
Yeah, right. That's he goes hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's
yeah,
cool
so-
seeing how that stuff works, though.
No,
No?
no,
Yeah.
nope. Not with that wretch smell.
Well, the funny part is I've had the D box open for 2 weeks and it doesn't smell at all.
Oh, you just have the cap off
Well, we
now?
dug it
Yeah.
and we flipped the cap up,
Oh,
and I've been
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at it.
Yeah.
And so Fred's gonna go to the right across the street from me. Is a precast concrete place, and they make the septic tanks there
Oh,
and all that
okay.
stuff there. They do all precast concrete stuff. So they sell a cap that goes on the D box with a manhole cover, so you can look in and make sure
That's like what he's got probably.
not a manhole cover, but an
Like
access
clear,
cover.
like clear.
Not clear, but
Just a lift off one that you can.
yeah,
kick
some
off
of you can
easy.
unsnap the top and look down in.
I don't even know where my D box is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wouldn't have known either unless I had the plans. So we just used the measurements from the plans. I kept everything in the the folder when we had the house built.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's gonna get me one with an access cover so that if I do have to look at it, I don't have to dig it up again.
They
Oh,
dug
I
up my
see.
D box.
It wasn't super deep. It was probably like 18 inches deep. But
Yeah, I was gonna say they dug mine up maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I was doing some like refi stuff, and they did an inspection on all of it. So, but yeah, mine it wasn't deep. It was like less than 2 feet deep,
Yeah.
but it was like farther back in the tanks than I pictured.
yeah, mine's about 15 feet from the tank.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
But anyway, so moral of the story is, that aside, we're still going forward with the deck rehab. So, last Sunday, Blake came over and we framed in we had some rotted boards because when they built the deck from the builder, they didn't space the boards out. So it basically
Held moisture.
trapped the moisture underneath. So I had a few rotted boards. I ripped those out, replaced those.
What do you mean the boards?
The actual stringers, like the framing.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean they didn't space them out? What are you talking about?
So when you put deck boards together, you don't touch them. You leave a gap.
Yeah, usually people will use like
the actual deck.
The actual deck boards.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So they had them touching. So there was no air gap, and then they put a dam in front to keep the animals out, which is fine, except no air got under there. So
just
anytime
held
it
a
got
ton of
wet.
moisture.
What did you use to space it when you put the deck boards down?
So with the new deck boards, I bought the hidden fasteners. So they have their own built-in spacing.
they have like a plastic spacer.
No, it's just
I usually use a nail.
I used the edge of the framing square
Oh,
when I
yeah,
did
yeah.
Blake's.
Oh, that's pretty good.
We had two
Never
two
thought
framing
about that.
squares, and
Yeah.
I just plopped them in because
Yeah,
we did screw in for his.
yeah. You did the hidden hardware that you can go in diagonally on the side or whatever.
It goes in straight, but it's got a clip, so because it's got the notch. So you put the notch in, you put the screw in,
Yep.
and then when you put the other board in the notch, it's a automatic like 18th
Yeah.
eighth of an inch gap.
All right, so
or-
it covers over the gap of the last
yeah,
board or
the
whatever.
the little piece in the middle is the spacer.
Okay.
So I haven't put the deck boards in. That's going to be this weekend, but
Yep, you did Trex for those.
yeah, I went to Riverhead, ordered a whole bunch of new stuff.
Yep.
And then
Different color or keeping it?
different color. I did 2 colors, one accent color for a border. We did a light color for inside.
Nice.
That's going to carry.
What's a truck board?
I'd like to
much
say
is a
it's
piece?
cheap.
I know it's not cheap.
16-footer was $100.
Fuck that.
Yikes.
Pine it is. Pressure treated it is.
Yeah, but that shit lasts forever though.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'd rather we just redo it. Fuck.
Power wash it and keep going.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, so I'll finish my story quick. But yeah, so we did a bunch of framing this weekend. I'm going to put a bench on there,
Nice.
and and then when we get to the patio part of it, the Trex is going to carry into the patio. I'm going to make picture frame around the brick.
So expensive, Craig. We actually, me and Craig were talking about this the other day.
Yep.
No, and I even just that little, I mean, the little stairway entry to my house, it was like 3 times as much money for Trex. And I was like, but I never want to do this again.
Yeah.
This is like a one and done. So
It's so funny because like when they built the house, everything's plastic or vinyl or whatever.
yeah.
Craig, you spelt that wrong.
Can't wait to sit on Ryan's deck. You can sit on my deck anytime, big boy.
Yeah, it's a big.
Maybe you can come down and sit on the deck when you
Wide.
pick up the Jeep roll bar I've been hanging on to for you.
That's a big.
He doesn't need that
wide
anymore.
deck.
He's selling his Jeep.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, John scared him.
Yeah.
I knew that. I knew scared him, but I talked to
Yeah.
a classicer and I thought he was over it.
I don't know, maybe.
No, he's a
Sell it to me. Andrew wants a Jeep.
Oh.
he's a big Audi guy now. He's got an
Is he?
Audi. We
Yeah.
put his rotiforms on the other day.
Craig seems like the guy that would pronounce it Audi.
Audi.
I love you, Greg.
Yeah, put his rotiforms on the other day.
Nice.
Looks good.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. So I was going back to the pressure wash thing. So I was at Home Depot yesterday. I think. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yep.
And I was picking up more lumber because lumber.
Because lumber.
And they had the 40-volt Ryobi battery powered pressure washer.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's just a wand
Yeah. It's
with
wild.
a motor. $60. It was on clearance.
Yep.
So I bought it. I'm like, I gotta try this fucking thing out. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna try it this weekend, hopefully.
What the fuck?
But the nice thing, what was really cool about this one is you put a hose to it, right, and it just has constant water, or it has a hose that comes with it. It's a pickup from a bucket,
Yep.
so you can
You can fill
go to a
bucket.
remote area. You don't need to run water. So it
I
had
don't know how I feel about that.
What do you mean?
God, I'd hate to have to continuously fill up a fucking bucket.
but you wouldn't use it for like a continuous thing, right? It would be a small project. Like if you
Yeah.
had something like I have my mailbox like that's 250 feet from my house has all moss on it. So I go down there for 2 minutes and
fill a
pressure
Homer
wash it
bucket.
out.
And
Fill it one time, maybe
Yep.
twice, and that's it.
have you seen? There's this thing that pops up in my feed a lot because ducks.
Those ducks.
I don't know if Ryobi makes one, but Milwaukee makes this. They call it a wand pump,
They make it everything.
and it's probably 5 feet tall,
Okay.
and it's a submersible pump.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. It's like a sump pump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like on a 5-foot pole, and then it has a hose hookup, or it'll just shoot out. So say you're emptying like a kiddie pool or a stock
Yep.
tank or something that doesn't have a drain, you just put it in there with an M18 battery, and it just fucking pumps the water
I
right
have
out.
seen that's really cool.
So cool. So today, for instance, Cassie wanted to water the garden with some of the duck pond water. So I took my Harbor Freight submersible pump, but it's like plug it into 110. I have power at the coop, so I plug it into 110, run a hose across the driveway. It's a whole fucking thing. But that little M18 one is fucking crazy. Like I kind of want to get it.
Why does she want to use the duck water?
It's good fertilizer. You know how like animal waste makes good fertilizer?
Duck waste is?
So duck waste and watered down duck waste, it's a good natural
I didn't know
fertilizer.
that.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
You don't want it to be like super, if it's too potent, it'll be too acidic. But we changed that. We have 2 pools. We have one that has the filter that we never change, but the one that has just the kiddie pool for Commander, that one we change like every 2 or 3 days. So it's not that nasty for one duck. So, see.
All right. I heard you say
I'll let you try the vegetables and you tell me if it tastes fine.
Tastes like duck poo.
Yeah, these peppers taste like duck poop.
like, this tastes like duck shit. You just smash a tomato on the fucking ground.
Yeah. If any listeners are interested in getting ducks, hit me up because I got some available. Yeah, we had a lot of people interested in ducks. Now that they're here, nobody's interested in ducks.
Nobody wants ducks.
Yeah,
Seems like a lot of
I think my friend Kayla Giordano is going to grab a couple. John Ludwig's girlfriend in New Hampshire,
Yep.
so she's got runner ducks set up and chickens, and she's we've been talking a bunch lately because they're setting up kind of like a little homestead area.
Didn't Kat text you about ducks?
Did he?
About chickens that were available.
Kat did? My
yeah,
wife?
Yeah.
She texted you about chickens?
Wait, she wants ducks?
What did you hear me
Oh, I
say
feel
to you?
like
Cat
lines are being crossed right now. There's secret conversations being
Kat
exposed
sent
right
me a
now.
message about chickens that were available.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need any more chickens. I don't have
Yeah.
space for more chickens.
Right.
That's what she messaged me about.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
she didn't message you about ducks?
No.
Oh.
Why did she say she wanted ducks?
No, fuck no. Of course we don't want fucking
I'll
ducks.
check with her.
She doesn't want ducks.
I believe
I'll
you're
check
no
using
one wants ducks.
a very
check
loose
with her.
"we" right there. It's
Yeah.
probably you don't want ducks.
Oh, she doesn't want ducks either.
I don't know
But yeah,
about that.
can't-
We're
She
not
wants
interested
everything
in
else.
duck shit. No, we're fine with fucking any type of birds. Forget it.
Kayla and John are going to take a few.
see.
But besides that, there was 11. So I got a few more I got to offload. I'm going to keep a few.
When he went back to New Hampshire, did he move back into his?
No.
No,
Nope.
no.
So they're renting a really cool property that is.
Oh, that's right. The guy with the
Ross
big property.
VW.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, he's made a couple of videos about it. So Ross VW has that wild car collection.
Yep.
Ross bought this property primarily because there was a very long row barn that he's storing a bunch of cars in, and that's on the property with the house that John and Kayla rent.
Yeah, I do remember now. Blake telling me that.
But it's a perfect neighborhood and perfect yard space for that kind of thing. So she's got chickens and ducks all set up. So they're gonna grab a couple of our ducks, hopefully soon. So I gotta get rid of these fucking things. I told Kayla, tell John to come to bone cruising. That's a good transition. So bone cruising, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, June 22nd, the Sunday after Father's Day, is bone cruising Widowmaker. If you have something super cool that you think should be parked in the special exclusive beer garden display area, hit me up. I won't say it's full. I've kept it a lot more sparse than I have the last couple times because sometimes it gets annoying to like weasel all the cars in there. So I have like 10 cars set aside right now that are definitely going in there, and I'm going to get those in place and then leave some room for like if something super cool pulls in, hey, hop over here.
Yeah, you got to be there at 5 a.m.
No. Starts at 10 o'clock. And if we discuss special parking, maybe you get there at 9:30. That's all. Yep. Yep. That's all I got.
Cool. I don't have more callbacks. So the rest of us just rants and news stuff.
Said you got news, right?
Yeah, I got some news. I got some history. Very exciting day.
Mark has his. You've never met me, but this is my unimpressed face.
Breaking news.
That was good, right?
My explain yourself face.
That should have been a button.
We laughed about that all the fucking way home.
I never get buttons.
That should be a button.
That should be a button.
Wasting fucking time.
I don't
explaining that
I
shit.
don't have control of the buttons. You know
I
that.
know that. I don't blame you.
Send me the clip.
I think I sent everyone the clip. All right, we ready? Are we doing it again?
I mean, you weren't talking yet, so.
Jesus fucking Christ. 200-year-old condom decorated with erotic art goes on
It's a
display.
condom?
That's right. In
Condo?
Amsterdam. Condom.
200-year-olds.
Yes. There's actually a photo. Can you look it up and pull it up for everybody?
I'll pull it up.
Pull that.
As long as you don't pull it out.
The Netherlands National Museum has a new object on
country.
display with Amsterdam's infamous red light district, nearly 200-year-old condom embolized with erotic art.
I just searched 200-year-old. The first thing that came up was condom. Google knows.
Google knows.
Google heard you. Oh, Craig being Craig.
Open image in new tab. This is the smallest picture ever. There we go. Yeah, that's a good picture.
I think I actually saved it to send it to you, actually.
I just saw that PUD file. I will definitely send deck pics when it's ready. I'm going to trim the bushes to make it look bigger, too.
Send deck pics.
Just kidding. There's no bushes. We cleaned that thing.
Craig has a
It
great.
looks like a cigar.
This condom is made out of parchment paper.
It is made out of.
That is
it's-
ineffective on every
let's
level.
see.
There's no way that worked. For
Is it a
anyways.
used one?
Ew.
They believe it's believed to be made around in 1830 from sheepskin.
Well, that was the original.
That is
There you are.
crazy.
Yep.
And what is that painting on it?
Let's see. It says
It's like-
um,
It's a bunch of dudes with their dicks out.
it's a part of an
Yeah.
expedition called Safe Sex. About,
And one
about
girl?
19th century
What
sex
kind of
work.
3-on-1 action is this?
They're kind of
Also, can we talk about the guy at the pizza place who definitely has a chair in the corner of his bedroom to watch? Mark needs a minute.
Hang on a second. Let's stick with what we're doing here.
Okay.
Souvenir decorated. A reference to the story. It's a Greek principle. The judges contest. It says something about the artwork.
Yeah, this is really entertaining for you to read this to yourself.
The condom is possibly a souvenir from a brothel. Is decorated with an erotic image of a nun, and 3 clergymen.
Whoa.
So even back then, they knew the fucking priests were fucking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The phrase "This is my choice" is written along the sheath in French, according to the museum.
Wow.
This is my choice.
Yeah. This is a reference to a story from Greek mythology in which the Trojan prince Paris judges a beauty contest among 3 goddesses, and which has been depicted in numerous artworks.
Depicted.
Yeah. I knew I was going to say it wrong. The condom is on display until the end of November.
It's a wildly detailed picture. Yeah. So if you're interested in seeing this, just Google 200-year-old condom. I can't imagine there's that many other ones. It's pretty wild.
I got some local news.
Right.
A man was freed from a drainage vault in Kingston today.
What?
Yeah, flown to the hospital. They said he was in there for about a day. It was like a drainage thing. I saw this on the news. I don't know how small this man was. I was listening to it. I shouldn't say I saw it. I did see the inside of the garage.
Okay.
I don't know how he came.
It was in a garage?
Yeah, like a shuttered garage. Yeah, you looking that up?
Yeah.
That should come up easy.
So drainage vault like a storm drain, or like it was a pit for a mechanic? I don't under.
A Kingston man was rescued from a drainage pipe after being trapped for about 10 feet down. The responders tell 7 News that they may have been there for at least a day.
That is my absolute nightmare.
Falling in a drain?
No, being trapped in a space where I can't move.
Yeah.
I would panic attack myself to death. I would just die.
It's a real bad time.
The call came in as a person stuck in a cement wall. Firefighter and paramedic.
Well, it was like that guy. Was it in Boston where they were chasing the guy on the roof, and he dove down a chimney and got stuck halfway down, and then they had to demolish the chimney to get him out?
Hold
The
on.
pipe was inside a garage they used to pump water from pond to
interviews
pond.
you'll see on Just One station. Rescuers in Kingston say a man may have been trapped inside a drain for at least a day. Crews pulling him up through a small hole in the concrete floor of a shed this afternoon. The 19th Samantha York Life Force in Kingston with all the details. Samantha.
Yeah, that man is recovering tonight after being found deep inside a drainage pipe in the middle of the woods.
In the woods?
I have a request for a call on Gowan Road in a wooded area for a party stuck in a hole.
A man rescued from a drainage pipe
Oh, look
trapped
at
about
that.
10 feet down in a remote wooded area of Kingston. First responders tell 7 News he may have been there for at least a day.
How did
Call
you get
came
there?
in as a person stuck in a cement well.
It happened inside a pump house hidden behind trees and far back off of Gowan Road.
The pipe was inside of a garage that they use to pump water from pond to pond that services the drainage from the Kingston Mall.
Someone heard the man inside the drainage vault just before 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoon and called for help.
How did
Just
somebody
pure
hear
luck
him
today.
in
The
there?
Plymouth County Tech Rescue Team was training about a mile down the road from us.
The Plymouth County Technical Rescue Team was already in the area with both the personnel and equipment needed for a confined space rescue.
Well, that's fucking lucky.
They arrived quickly to assist Kingston Fire, police, and other departments. The man was found waist deep
Why are
in
they wearing
water
special
stuck
helmets?
inside the pipe.
Firefighter Hill and I threw a rope down, secured him to a rope, talked to him until the Tech Rescue Team got there.
One of our members had gone down.
This
got
is
him
crazy.
secured relatively quickly.
Hook him into a harness and then race him back up.
I want to
The man
know
was
how he
taken
got
to
in
the
there.
hospital, treated for
That's what
traumatic
I'm
injuries
saying.
and hypothermia. First responders say he's
Hypothermia,
lucky
it was
he
90
survived.
fucking degrees.
Everybody does
Not
a
down
fantastic
there.
job. Everybody performed their jobs as we train, and it was a great outcome.
You call, we come, and we do our jobs.
Now that's a button. That's a fucking button.
Why are we like this?
Reporting live in Kingston.
Yeah, rethinking
There's
that.
something wrong with us.
It's like, oh, fuck.
So why? The one thing I wanted to learn, I didn't learn.
No, we can't learn it.
Why was he in the fucking
I don't
pipe?
the hole.
Well, the other thing is,
Why
that
would you
hole-
see a hole smaller than your body?
That's what I mean.
Did you
I'm
see a
gonna climb
balloon
down there and
down
see
there?
what
Like,
I'm doing.
But he
like
made
you're
it.
chasing the balloon.
He made it 10 feet down.
I don't know how. He turned. He must have. It's like that show,
Look at-
Alex
you gotta
Mack.
get this off the screen. I can't
Look,
keep
look
looking
at
this.
that skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get that off. The
How dirty is that?
screen. Ugh. They didn't have a lot of money. They used to reuse them.
Ugh.
Oh.
See, here's what's funny. So Craig's dad
boy.
was like, "Hey, you know what? Mark's fucking mean to you on the podcast." And then you got this fucking asshole that what his father doesn't see is how he fucking needles me.
Oh yeah.
So I think Michael needs to see this shit
Yeah.
and
we
wonder
should
why I'm a
screenshot it and
complete
send it
dick
to
to him.
Michael. Yeah.
On it.
Oh man.
So I got one more. This fucking is more like, are we fucking kidding?
Okay, I'm ready.
White shirts, black ties, bald caps. Pitbull fans party like clones worldwide. And this, to me, is ridiculous.
All right, say all those words again. Slower.
White shirts, black ties, bald caps.
Okay.
Pitbull fans party like clones worldwide.
I don't understand.
I'll
So
show
he-
you.
He's bald. Always wears glasses.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about dogs.
So good.
He's so fucking irrelevant. I had no idea who you're talking
That's
about.
good.
Sorry.
That's good.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So I don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get what's happening.
People still know who he is.
A lot of people know who he is.
I mean, you know what I'm saying.
What do
like,
you mean?
20 years ago, he
Yeah,
was
he's still
somebody.
he's still relevant. Actually, this was in this is in London, of course. Like it's always overseas where like they're way more famous than over here.
Okay.
But he's very he's very relevant.
I mean, I'm saying he's famous, but
So to me, it's like like everyone who goes to Taylor Swift and shit, they like dress like her.
yeah, sure. No,
Her
I get
costumes.
it.
I don't get it. You say you get it. I don't fucking get it.
No, all right. I wouldn't do it. I don't get it, but I get it. Like
What the
people
fuck?
fucking,
Why are we doing this?
My wife and daughter did it. I don't
Why?
know. We
Why?
paid-
Why do we need?
They still won't tell me how much those tickets cost. And
It doesn't
that's
matter about
fine,
the
like,
tickets. You're
it does
dressing.
matter
You
about
need the
tickets.
you need the costumes. You
Sorry,
need
I
the
was-
costumes.
I don't
You need to
think-
dress like I don't.
No.
This is what I can't wrap my head around.
This
The
is
tickets or whatever.
This is the wearing the band T-shirt to the band concert. Like
I don't know. See, that's different.
I know we've talked about this. That doesn't really.
I don't-
I think it depends. Again, if we talk about this, the level of the band, you're not going to wear a Metallica shirt to a Metallica concert.
Why
but
not? See, I don't get that. That's
know.
like not wearing a sports jersey to the sporting event you're going to.
That's true. I mean,
It's the same fucking thing.
You would do that.
Of course, everyone does that. So I don't know, John. Do you not wear
that
the
would never
band
really-
shirt you're going to?
Some people that's
Why
very
not?
polarizing.
Because Ryan and I learned that you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Well, who said? Who made that fucking rule?
We don't know.
I'll write him a fucking
Nobody
letter.
knows.
No one knows.
The
I love
mythical
it.
they who makes everything
Yeah.
up. They did it.
Yeah.
We don't know who they are.
I don't know.
So you never did that before?
Never.
Ever.
Ever.
Even when you were a young
no.
kid?
I have, but I don't anymore.
No, I never did. It's always been a weird thing for me. And like if I bought the
I
other,
don't get it.
The other thing is like if you bought a shirt at a show, you don't put it on over your other shirt.
Well,
That's
that I understand.
Keep it
that.
balled up until you
Yeah.
get home.
Well, that for some reason I do understand.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
I think it's.
You've already purchased a shirt to wear. That's different. You're purchasing it there. If I bought another jersey at a Bruins game, I'm not putting the jersey on. Yeah. Even if I didn't have a jersey on.
I'm trying to remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie where the band, it was like a high school band, and the kid in the band was wearing the shirt of the band, and I think this might be where it started, because it's like the movie was like 25 years old.
Yeah,
but he was wearing the name of the shirt. He's wearing the shirt of his own band on stage, and then they started arguing. And I think maybe this is where this stemmed, and people have brought it into a different direction.
Yeah, I know. Seems ridiculous. Now that you guys talked about it, I've been more cautious about that shit. But like, so if I went to Mark II, right, May Day, should I not wear this? Is that the same thing?
No, it's different.
No.
It's not a band.
How is that fucking different?
It's not a band.
It doesn't matter. See, that's what doesn't make sense.
Do you know what, Mark? You're right. It doesn't matter.
That's my point.
You're right. It's just one of those things that has been sort
So
of
weird.
sitting back there for years. I'm not going to die on this hill. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm not going to argue it to
no, that's fine.
whatever. Like, if you want to wear the band shirt, wear the fucking band shirt. Wear the shirt to the show. Like, I wear Wolf Scott shirts to Wolf Scott. Like, I don't give a fuck. But
Can't believe you do that.
I'm also older and don't care anymore.
I just don't get that. I don't see why it's. I want an explanation why it's frowned upon.
We don't know why.
Right. Well, that's the problem.
Somewhere along
that's
the
even
lines,
more. That's worse.
Somewhere along the line, someone said something, and then it's just
That's like
filtered out.
that's like dressing up as Taylor Swift or dressing up as Pitbull. Apparently, that's a thing. Why? Why do you think? Why do you need to do that? Like, what is that? It's insane.
I'm dressing up.
He's
for
talked
any reason.
about it. He's like, hey, I just got to keep my fans positive. I don't care. He doesn't give a shit. Of course, he doesn't give a shit. None of them give a shit. Why
Right.
would they?
I mean,
It's
it
just
doesn't affect
bizarre.
them.
It's something
Yeah.
I would never think about doing. Never. Let me dress up like the entertainer I'm going to see.
Well, I'm going to contradict myself now because many years ago we went to see the Insane Clown Posse, and I definitely put makeup on my face.
You did that?
Fuck
You were
yeah,
a
dude.
juggalo?
Wow.
Nice.
All right.
I never considered myself a juggalo. We just put makeup on the face and went to the concert because it was in Providence. We went 2 nights in a row. It was fucking awesome both times. I got covered in root beer. It was fucking hilarious.
Fago?
Yep. And yeah.
Gathering of the Juggalos looks like a wild
So
festival.
what's really funny is Ann's 2 cousins.
They go?
They had gone when I was into it like 20 years ago ish. They were both into it, and they would make the trek to that. I never went to that, but they went every year.
Yeah, that
for
looks
like
a
4
wild
years, and it was pretty impressive. And the funny part is, like, her cousins, sorry if you're listening, are not like those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like crazy outgoing.
What do you mean, those type of people?
No, they're not like. If you saw one of them, he's like the most straight laced, like,
Yeah. Not like a Juggalo.
No, definitely not. Right. So just
Yeah.
like your average dude, like you would never expect him to be at a concert like that. But it's just kind of
not like the Juggalos they interview
correct
on Howard Stern.
who are complete morons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know. But yeah, Gathering the Juggalos looks like a wild time to see.
I used to, Jim Brewer used to tell stories about how he was, because they do like entertainment too before the, whatever. He's like, I went on stage there against my better judgment because my manager booked it for me. And I started doing my, like, he does like the Metallica fucking impressions and stuff like that. He's like, I started doing that shit and people started throwing full beer bottles at me.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, and we're done.
Yep.
He's like, it was the freaking craziest shit I've ever been involved in, and I left.
Yeah.
He's like, they didn't want me there, I didn't want to be there, and I just left. Oh man.
Any more newsies?
No, that's it for me.
You got one?
You have a news?
I have a couple.
Give him a second.
We've talked about this before.
Okay.
And I'm hoping you can pull the video up, and I think it's on UK Barstool.
What's it called?
The annual cheese roll.
Oh, yes,
Remember
the
cheese
guy
roll
doing
down
that
there?
crazy flip.
That guy.
Yes.
I'm sure he's not, I'm a positive he died. This year, this guy was running down the hill.
Insane.
He died from this?
He shit whipped himself down this hill
All right,
so
hang on.
fucking hard.
I'll pull it up.
It was crazy.
Is this the video where he died?
No, he didn't actually die. But I'm
What the
saying
fuck?
it looked like he died because nobody should be able to survive this fall.
All right. John's
pulling
gonna
it
pull it up. Craig, I needled myself. Okay.
We don't need to know what you do on your spare time, Craig. Oh, yeah. The ambulance was called after the first Ben's race.
Down to the shore or up
Let's
to
mute
the
this commercial for a minute.
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah. Let's leave the volume down while this commercial goes on.
Whoa.
Guy's got a black T-shirt on, Mark. He starts to cartwheeling down the hill.
It's insane.
It is fucking
You haven't
insane.
Talked about
Yeah.
this on the show?
A couple
like a
years
couple
ago,
years ago.
was the first time we'd ever seen it. You race down the hill after a wheel of cheese, and if you win, you get the wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
right?
I think we talked about this with Blake, wasn't
Probably.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That checks out.
yeah. This is fucking
Yeah.
insane.
We've got about 20
Watch the
seconds
guy
to
in the
go
black
here.
shirt.
Chris Anderson will be rolling the cheese. There it is, and they're off. The 2025 roll is off, and it's the German again. The German looks good. He might be down, but I don't think he's out.
He-
It's Tom Kopka, I think, at the bottom of the
Oh,
hill.
there's gotta be a
first.
better version of
And
this.
it's a
Who am I
goal
looking at?
For Germany. Oh, what a way to get
Yeah,
going.
you don't even
And
see the good
international
one.
Oh, it doesn't show you the good one.
The morph suits are coming down one by one, and they are very, very light in colour.
What
They
the
will now
fuck
have muddy
is this
knees
shit?
and backs. And look at the ones at the back here. There are.
It was like the
what's
second
that
guy.
at the top. A
That
green
guy right
suit
there.
is making his way down ever so
You have to start it over
slowly.
again because he starts the
Yeah,
parade.
there'll be a better video of it.
We have very much a first and very much a last. The gentleman in a bright green suit is moving. Well, he's
So what's the deal?
I'll find
They
it.
gotta catch the cheese.
No, that's the first one to the cheese gets the cheese.
He's happy.
Right. The
He's
cheese
got-
stops
oh,
at the
a little
bottom.
skip to
What kind of
finish.
cheese is it?
Oh, and
It's like an aged thing of cheddar, like a big wheel of cheddar. But that guy,
It's better cheese.
that guy shit whipped himself so fucking hard.
Find the shit whipping guy.
I'll find it.
Did you mean?
I was like, how did you not break your neck? That I don't know. That didn't even look like this year's because I feel like the guy was first.
This is this year's. All right.
I'm finding it.
2025.
2025 cheese whipping.
While you're looking that up, did you know that if you go to MIT, let's see. There it is. This is the one. That guy's dead.
I can't. God fucking damn it.
That guy in the black shirt is dead. He's dead.
That's
There's
fine.
no way you don't break your neck doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, Josh showed me that. That was insane.
fuck.
So yeah, funny, Emma will be around the corner from MIT next year, but if you go to MIT,
Yep.
you are required to take a physical education block.
You have to take gym, basically.
Basically. But the cool thing about it is if you take archery,
Yep.
pistols, sailing, and fencing as your required PE classes, you get a certificate in piracy.
Piracy.
You can pirate.
Whoa. That's
Say
cool.
those sports again.
Pistols, archery, sailing, and fencing.
I've never seen a pirate use a bow and arrow.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
you didn't know what they did back then.
All right, this is cool. And they dress up like pirates. I've never wanted to go back to college until this.
The funny part is the disclaimer says, this does not legally allow you to raid ships.
Yeah. MIT Pirate Certificate. It's been available since 2011. Archery, fencing, pistol, and sailing. All can send an email with their name, and once the grades are posted, they get a pirate certificate. That's incredible. That is awesome.
How fucking hilarious is that?
Yeah.
Because you're there to
How'd you find this?
It just popped up. I don't know.
And it's on their website.
It is.
That's hilarious.
But dressing up as a pirate to get it is even funnier. I didn't see any of
Yeah.
this. This is
Pirate induction day.
fucking fantastic.
It's so funny. Oh, that's great.
Oh, man.
Love it.
So McCoy Stadium,
Demolished.
it is demolished.
Yeah.
The new Pawtucket High School is going there, I believe.
That's the
old
Paw Sox.
Paw
Paw
Sox
Sox
Stadium.
yep.
They've since moved to Worcester.
The
Yep.
Woo Sox. Yeah.
The Woo
Yeah,
Sox.
Woo
Yep.
Sox.
Fucking obnoxious.
Doesn't even sound cool.
No.
No.
Fucking doesn't.
Well, they were digging up and knocking the building down.
Yeah.
They knew of one time capsule,
Oh,
which they found,
Okay.
and then they found a second. So there's two time capsules. They, I have the thing here somewhere. Hold on one second. So yeah, so Suffolk, I believe, is the general contractor. Mm-hmm. And they had dug one up, and then they were looking for the second, or they. I'm not sure if they knew about the second, but then they found the second.
Fuck. What was that stadium again?
McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy, right?
So, fun fact: my shop. If you stand in the front parking lot, you can see the field. We're like right around the corner from them.
Oh wow! And they've already demolished it, or they
It's
started to.
gone.
It's
No,
already gone.
Yep, it's on the ground. There's nothing left. Fuck, where I had the article here. Basically, they're going to be they're going to be opening the time capsules in the end of June at a special
They
ceremony.
didn't open them yet? What the fuck?
No. It's a special ceremony or whatever. One of the time capsules is to commemorate the longest baseball game ever played, which was 33 innings.
Yep.
Ended in a Pawtucket win 3-2.
That was the longest game ever?
Yep. Took over 2 days. It's the longest game in minor or major league history.
Wow.
So they already know what's in the capsule? Well, obviously
one of
they
them.
know.
They don't know the other one. Like, they don't know what's in it, but they know what it's supposed to commemorate. Yeah. I had the article. I don't know where the fuck I went. Oh, yeah. Here it is. So the second time capsule discovered, it honors the 33-inning game. They stop it. I hate when it does this.
They should have never moved. That was a waste.
I know. Problem with the stadium was it was fucking. We used to inspect the stadium.
Yeah,
it was falling down.
Oh, it's fine.
It was either rebuild it or move them. Yeah. So commemorates the longest game ever played, a 33-inning battle between the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings in 1981, which ended in a 3-2 win for the Paw Sox. Remains a legendary moment in both major and minor league baseball lore. The discovery is announced by Chalmette Design and Construction firm overseeing. Comes a week after another capsule was found dating back to 1940 when Mayor Thomas McCoy placed it in the stadium's construction. Both capsules will be opened during public ceremony on June 23rd, the 44th anniversary of the game.
Oh, okay. So do they know
this is all gone too? Like,
yeah.
it's just.
I just
flat.
saw it. It's totally flat. Yeah.
My shop is right there.
So
cool.
So like this is the side road. It's right there.
So did you get like balls in the parking lot?
No, but you could go on the roof and watch the game.
That's cool.
My boss used to bring his kids there when they were younger and
Nice.
go up on the roof and watch the fireworks, and they did the 4th of July
Oh,
shit.
awesome.
That's cool.
So did they know where these time capsules were actually buried? Or
They knew where one of them was, but I think the second one was like a secondary
like
surprise.
we just came across this?
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool little place actually.
Yeah. Emma got she got some kind of recognition, and she got to go there and walk on the field and receive her award in like 6th grade or something like that. I forget what it was for.
I went to some dog event there once a long time ago. It's pretty cool.
It was funny. My mother used to get at the end of, she taught school in Fall River, and at the end of every year, she would get 1 ticket per student, free ticket, to give to the students.
Yep.
And she'd hand them out to the students, and the students, I don't want this. I'm not going there. I don't want
So
this.
she got
whatever.
a bunch of free tickets.
So she come home with like 20 tickets, and then we would just take everyone in the neighborhood would go up.
Nice.
That's cool.
Go to a game. It was fun. Let's see. So we did that. I had something that said man wins lottery, and 4 days later he ended up in jail, but I don't remember the article I found that from, so we'll skip that. What else? So my last piece of news is John loves that. Knocked Loose.
Yes.
Okay? They played a show at the Daytona Speedway.
Okay.
It was a hard rock festival.
Yeah. That's there's a bunch of good bands that played.
Yeah. Like Slipknot, them.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace. I think Hailstorm. Like, there's a bunch of bands played, right?
Yeah.
The original article I saw said Knock Loose plays to 220,000 people.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was over 4 days.
Yeah.
So 2 of the days broke some kind of record, 58,000 and change per day, and then the other 2 days made up the difference.
Oh, it's called Rockville. That's
Rockville.
the name of it.
Yeah. Welcome to Rockville or something like that.
Yep.
Pull up Knock Loose Wall of Death.
Yep. That's what I was just pulling up right now.
Holy fucking shit. Like, I've seen some pits in my day, but I've never seen 10,000 people collide. It's
just a different thing.
Insane. Yeah. And now we think back to what, 3 years ago we saw them at
In a club with 200 people.
Not even. It was literally like after that tour they blew the fuck up. So he does a whole thing where he like talks to the crowd, he splits them, and they do the Wall of Death. His voice is so like.
A lot of people don't like his voice. He has a very distinct
like
voice.
it.
I do too. The band.
You know it's him.
So, their other band that him and the guitarist are in is one of my favorite bands ever right now.
Who is it?
It's called Weapon X.
I never heard that.
So, Brian, the singer of Knocked Loose, plays bass and sings sometimes.
Right.
And then you know the guitarist from Knocked Loose that sings a lot, that has like a deeper voice?
Okay.
He plays guitar in this band and sings a lot too.
All right.
I'll send you a song after we leave. Yeah, it's X Weapon X. They have a bunch of good stuff, but they just released a new record. And
I
it's
have heard
wicked
of X
good.
Weapon X. I don't particularly remember hearing anything.
When you hear, there's a new song called Everybody Breaks. You hear Brian's voice and the other guy, and it's like,
you know, like,
oh yeah,
Namu's
that's
a new song. Yeah.
Right. Let's move forward.
Yeah. The better view
This is
is
a bad video. Yeah.
From the stage, you're looking down, and it's like the parting of the Red Sea. And then when the breakdown comes in, it is like 5,000 people on either side just come running at each other at full force. It's fucking insanity. But yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
This might be a better video. It's all the same crappy videos.
Anyway.
But yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Look it up.
If you're that interested. So that's my news.
Yeah, a bunch of good bands played that show, actually.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I'd like to go to that show someday.
Did it come around here at all?
No, it's just that one location.
Oh, all right. I know it's been going on like 15 years.
Yeah. Welcome to Rockville 2025. Let me see the set list. It's like Linkin Park, Korn, Shinedown. It's like big bands. But a lot of also like cool smaller bands. Yeah, there's an absurd amount of it. Bush, Sublime, Knocked Loose, Killswitch Engage, Under Oath, Whitechapel, Power Trip, and endless. It's just absolutely endless. Snot played.
Snot?
Yeah.
I haven't heard them in years.
Rob Zombie, Trivium, Body Count, War, Exodus, Acacia Strain, Dillinger Escape Plan, Seosin, Silverstein.
This is like my
Delaware
playlist from 1999, 2005.
Incendiary, One Step Closer, Candlebox, Everclear, Orthodox.
Candlebox?
Yeah. Crossfade.
Some of these things not like the other ones.
Yeah. G.O.D., Hoopastank, Sleep
Jesus
Theory.
Christ. Fuck, maybe we should go there next year.
Filter. Yeah.
Where was that?
Tsunami.
It was
Pain
at
of Truth.
Daytona.
Daytona
Right?
Speedway.
Peeling Flesh, Body Box. Good bands.
Damn.
Yep. Yeah, so there's obviously multiple stages. This is one of those shows that you're never going to see all these bands because there's like 5 shows happening at once.
Right.
But it's good because usually like they split it up so it's like, it's going to be like Candlebox is playing at the same time as Body Box. It's like you're one of the you're that guy or that guy.
We need all the boxes on the stages.
Yeah. You're either a Candlebox guy or you're a Body Box guy.
Generally, the two do not coincide.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got.
Marky Mark, what do you got for history?
Oh, history?
Hit it, John. Light tap.
Why is he being weird?
Today in history.
We're cranking it.
The world's largest twin in 1994. The world's largest twin jet takes off on its maiden flight, Boeing 777.
Oh,
777.
is that the one on the second floor? And
Typically transports up to 451 passengers.
Fuck this.
It's one of Boeing's commercially most successful planes. 2002, a large asteroid just misses the Earth. A 73-meter lump.
2003, Armageddon is made.
2016, was it really?
I don't know what year it was, but it was
Probably
around that time.
right
Yeah,
around,
give or take.
2016, mass shooting of a Pulse nightclub in Orlando. You guys remember this? I remember this. This is fucking wild. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
No.
So
We had that 4-year hiccup in the middle.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot what time it was. Yeah.
it was all deadly incident violence against the LGBTQ.
Yeah. Yeah, because there wasn't.
Yeah.
There were also a club in New Bedford called Pulse, where they had some issues.
That was a different name, but yeah, same issues.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe it was called Pulse.
I thought it was called Pulse. That's why it was like weird.
It was the second deadliest terror attack on U.S. soil since the September 11th. Wow. Very interesting. At that time. So that's it. That's all I can fish is, and
So I did see a little earlier. It started with the 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 Star Wars scroll. It said 38 years ago, we made a movie about a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, there's been a trilogy of prequels, a trilogy of sequels, a trilogy of sequels to the prequels, a prequel to the sequel to the prequel. It goes on and on and on. And they're making Spaceballs too, to make fun of all of it. And I can't fucking wait.
Oh, that's good. I haven't even seen the first one. Can you believe that? Yeah, I know. I don't know why you're surprised at this point.
I know. I shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It is one of the greatest movies. And I saw it earlier, and I was going to bring it up, but Emma just texted me. She goes, holy shit, they're making a Spaceballs too. She must have seen the same thing I did. It's fucking hilarious. So I have a couple of rants.
You do?
I do.
Let us hear it.
So, a couple of these are pretty obvious, but like old men who are bald and are holding
Wait
on.
a minute.
No, I'm bald.
And you're old.
And I'm old. But
Sorry.
you know what I don't have?
Are you asking for a friend?
Is 4 strands of hair I pretend is a ponytail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the actual fuck?
You just described my dad.
Oh, man. Stop it.
So
No, it's
Kat's
fine.
dad had a ponytail
Stop
before I
it
met him.
now.
I don't
Yeah.
know how bald he was when he had this ponytail either. So
I
now,
mean-
so now I'm going to go home tonight and I have questions to ask.
If you're like, and I don't condone this at all, but like if you're bald in the top and you still have thick hair in the back and you're trying the ponytail,
Yeah.
I can almost
But if you're
almost
full
let
halo.
that slide. But if you have nothing and there's just 4 wisps in an elastic, please stop. You're not fooling anyone. We all knew you were cool at some point.
Now, they wearing a hat?
Not the people I've seen lately. The problem is
How many people?
That's
where are you
like,
hanging
well,
out?
that's why because you catch them here and there, but like I've seen multiple dudes in
That's
the
like
last month.
That's like the dudes in the 80s hair bands. They wear a bandana over their head, but they still have the
'cause they still
ponytail
have
at the
the
back.
ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's going on under
That's
that bandana.
fine. Wear the bandana.
Also, that's like that's like Chris's wife on 1,000-Pound Sisters. She's got the bandana thing going
you
on
say
too.
that like I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
what the I'm like, what?
It's the best show ever. You guys don't watch 1,000-Pound
No.
Sisters?
No, Jesus.
Let me pull it up.
I don't think I
Are they?
should.
Aren't they
No,
like
no,
400
I
pounds
don't-
sisters
I don't
now?
think-
Because didn't one lose like 600 pounds?
I don't think
Yeah.
I'm the guy to show this to.
Oh yeah, Mark's gonna lose his shit.
Oh, going back to the parking lot earlier. Yeah, this is real
Out of
talk.
my mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I like Hannaford's. Their Hannaford's butcher
like
shop
Hannaford's,
is
too.
nice.
do you realize we've been going to Maine now for however long?
And that's a Hannaford's.
I had no idea it was a Hannaford's.
Yeah.
And then I realized this last year. I realized this, and then I
You
didn't-
only realize it from the bag. There's no fucking signs that say it's a Hannaford's.
That's what I'm saying, right? So here's what I also
really?
learned:
Yeah,
is
it's a
Hannaford-
weird Hannaford's. It's basically like a
Stop and Shop is owned
country
by
store.
Hannaford's, or
Yeah.
vice versa.
I wonder if it was like one of those was the IGAs that were all independently owned.
maybe.
So
This is almost like a trading post. It's like
Yeah.
one side of the store is like, like fishing lures and
Yeah.
bait, and then the other side's a grocery store.
Well, they do
Yeah.
things different up north.
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they're own, like Stop and Shop and Hannaford's are connected
Yeah.
because they have the same, like, their brand.
So I can't get
noticed
Hannaford shit
that
and Stop and Shop because when we go to Blake's Cabin in New Hampshire,
Because I think
or
they
when we
used
go
to be independent. They still operate independently.
or when we go to fucking Burlington for the car show,
Yeah.
Hannaford's rocks like
So good.
so much better. I will say the market basket in North Providence
Yeah.
has a killer like lunch bar.
Yeah, I love the lunch bar. in the
Holy
grocery store.
crap!
So good.
If I'm ever working
the
in there and
Market
I'm
Basket
hungry,
does a good job.
yeah, they've got pizza, they got chicken, they got sandwiches, they got all kinds of shit.
Even
Fantastic.
there's a Stop and Shop in the same business plaza that I have. So sometimes if I don't bring lunch, I'll stop there and I'll get like one of the pre-made salads, or I'll go to like the hot bar with like the soup and the baked chicken and stuff. It's good.
I remember, I don't know if my mother-in-law got pizza from Market Basket or Costco, and they're like $9 pizzas, and they're larges, they're good size, and I don't know, we were eating them, and I think I was in a piss fucking mood, and she's like, "Oh, this is really good." I said, "Yeah, for a fucking $9 pizza, I guess it's really good." Like, I was like such a dick.
They're better
Can't
than-
be happy about anything, can you, Mark? You can't just let
I don't
something go.
even, I don't know what the fuck was
What
going
a
on
dick.
that day. Yeah. I think it's because I respect pizza so much, right? So I'm,
Yeah,
you
don't
know,
want it to be bad.
I don't want it to
even
be
if it's
bad.
cheap, you don't want it to be bad.
I'll tell you, I've had the worst pizza of my life, and it's this place up the street from my fucking house. And it was atrocious.
Really?
The worst. fucking worst.
Was it like Greek style?
No.
House
This is
of Pizza?
Italian. This is an Italian place, and I've had the pizza there before.
Yep.
Something changed. Cooks changed, recipe changed, something changed. Because I'm like, oh, this would be good. I brought it to a friend's house. We opened it up. I'm like, the fuck is this garbage? This was like literally garbage. Like Elio's is better.
Ugh.
Like it was. I was fucking so pissed.
It's so funny because the kids just discovered Elio's Pizza.
Just discovered it.
Well, we just bought it. It's one of those things where we did our best to keep them away from.
Delightful.
Yeah, no, they're all hooked now. It's a staple we buy now.
It's great. It's good. It's a good, quick little snack, especially when you're stoned off your ass.
Well,
like pierogies, not
Andrew's
pierogies.
stoned off his ass, but
Pot stickers.
Pot stickers.
I fucking hey.
This guy eats
Let me
pot
tell you,
stickers
man,
3 meals a day.
The Asian cuisine, you can't sneeze at it. You gotta fucking. It's so good.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I can.
You have?
It depends though. It depends.
Nothing
where you
like
get-
waking up to a fresh bowl of pork.
I'm gonna
gyoza.
tell you right now. Costco has the best pot stickers. No matter
Costco.
what brand they fucking carry, they're always the fucking best. Market Basket's gone downhill with their pot stickers. Gross.
No good.
No, I'd rather just fucking throw them when fucking cars driving by.
Don't do that; they'll deport you.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm out.
I'm either gonna fucking go down a rail or
This is gonna take a left turn real fast.
We got a bunch of fun guests in the works.
Yes.
So be on the lookout.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, we do have a special guest host in addition to the guest.
Are you gonna tell us, or
no, obviously not.
No,
should
it's,
we get to know?
Yeah, so
All right.
I will tell you the guest host, not the guest.
All right.
So the guest host
I'm not
is
here.
our friend Scott Norton, who is going to take
bummer.
Mark's seat.
Yeah.
So Scott Norton will be guest host of next week. And the guest is a person that he introduced me to.
They can do history.
If you don't know Scott Norton, he's been on the Revival Show a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's a good point. I got to tell Scott to get a This Day in History
Yeah.
segment together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I'll at least get it for him and he has to read it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. All right. We'll see everybody next week.
We'll see Mark in 2 weeks.
See Mark in 2 weeks.
See you guys.
Peace.